へネコパラボリューム4猫とパティシエのノエル。
Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Nekopara Volume 4 on PC.
ロードしたいのかしら。
任せて。
A snow white rare cheesecake with the smell of vanilla extract drizzled with melted chocolate.
名付けるならショコラかわいい。
Does that name have anything to do with the cake?
斬新な外見ね。
お醤油をかけた冷ややっこみたいな。あ、それだ。
Well, I was hoping for a change after all. It has a fresh and novel appearance at the very least.
食べてみると、味は普通かしらね。バニラの香りが強いからそこは好き嫌いが分かれそうだけど。
私は好きですよ。ショコラおいしい。ちょっと苦い。
You're right. It does taste a bit more bitter than I expected.
私は好き。
甘めの紅茶には合うかもね。
ジュースもいいかもですね。うっとり。
Honestly, it's hard to call this a cake that brings smiles to anyone's faces. But seeing Vanilla, who's not very expressive, with faint hints of joy on her face, has left quite an impression on me.
次はシナモンね。
じゃあめいちゃんも一緒に考えようよ。
私はいいわよ。普通のケーキが好きだもの。言っておくけど、メイプルをかけたケーキなんて作ってもらおうと思わないからね。
私はメイプル好きだよ。一緒に考えよう。
もう分かったわよ。
I make the cake that Maple and Cinnamon come up with as well. It's a black tea chiffon cake.
普通って言わないでよ。
But the taste is pretty creative, I'd say.
そうね。紅茶のケーキって意外と紅茶と合わないというか、味が似通ってていまいちなのよね。そういうのが好きという人もいるけど、だからあえてフレーバーの強い紅茶のシフォンケーキを考えてみたのよ。
確かに紅茶が欲しくなる感じ。紅茶の香りの中にバターの風味が。添えてある生クリームがよく合うよね。おいしい。
これ美味しいわよね。でも作ってもらってなんだけど、味としては紅茶のスコーンだから新しくないし、主役がケーキじゃなくて紅茶のような気が。
You may be right, but I think this cake suits your personality, Maple.
そうかしら。資格転倒って言いたい？
No, I meant what I said.
冗談よ。次はシナモンの番ね。真面目に考えたかしら？
お花だ。
あら、花の形のケーキ？花びら一枚一枚作ってあって凝ってるわね。
It was not easy, let me tell you.
さすがカショウさんです。私のイメージを完璧に再現されてます。このお花はね、ここにおしべとめしべっていうのがあってね。
Oh, so those are stamen and pistils.
知ってた。
シナモンらしいわね。
おしべとめしべがね、愛し合ってぐちょんぐちょんにぐちょんぐちょんになると赤ちゃんがね、 ケーキをぐちょんぐちょんにしないで。食べ物で遊んじゃダメだよ。
ケーキで発情してんじゃないわよ。
発情にゃんって私真剣にケーキのことを考えて。
真剣に考えるとおしべとめしべになっちゃうのね。
ダメ、そんな目で見ちゃめいちゃんダメ。シナモン潤っちゃう。
Right, well, putting Cinnamon's intent behind this aside,
花びらふわふわして美味しいです。さすがご主人。
おしべとめしべのところはちょっと食べにくいけどね。
being particular about the shape of what you're making is an important quality. Flavor tends to change based on your feelings, you know.
何か参考になったかしら。まあなってないわよね。
No, I think a more flexible idea like this was just the thing I needed. I can apparently get pretty hard-headed.
頭が硬いんですか？頭突き。
That's not what I meant by that. Anyway, I'll give things some more thought.
また試食が必要なら呼んでちょうだい。いつまで興奮してるのシナモン。仕事に戻るわよ。
ごちそうさまでした。ショコラ、仕事に戻ります。ごちそうさま。
I give them a nod and watch the girls all leave the kitchen. I look over at all the test cakes. The cakes, which I felt all had their own sense of personality up until a second ago, all seem to have lost their luster. What's going on? It's a strange feeling. The cakes losing their charm isn't a positive thing. However, I continue to stare at them in a positive way, as if there's something important in these test cakes. Break time, 3 days later.
うにゃー。今日もご主人様はキッチンから出てこない。いつ寝ているのか。なんか寂しい。ご主人様いっぱい悩んでるのに。ショコラはいっぱい手伝ってる。すっかり仕事に慣れて今はいっぱい働いてる。頼まれた下準備をしたり洗い物をしたり、もちろんお客さんも案内したり。ショコラいっぱい頑張ってるよ。偉い。でもどうすればご主人様のケーキがもっと美味しくなるかなんて。ご主人様のために何かしたい。何かしたい。何かしたい。何かしたい。何かしたい。何かしたい。何かしたい。落ち着いてショコラ。落ち着いたら何かできる？
The break room door opens.
こらー、大声を出すな。店まで聞こえちまうぞ。
Hazuki and Coconut come into the break room. However, Coconut looks a little odd.
ココちゃん、何かあった？鬼？だったの？
ナッツのアホがサボってやがったんだ。
ほんと？おかしい。ココちゃん、いっつも出前に行ってるし、お店にいるときはお掃除とか洗い物とか。いつも働いてる。出前の時にとか？それはないと思う。行き先を考えるといつも最速に近い。だよね。いつも頑張ってるよね。間違いない。
そうだよ。いつも頑張ってんだよ。
ふにゃ？ああ、なるほど。
お おかしいだろ。全員同じだけ休憩を取るようにシフトを組んでるのに。
確かにサボってたね。
ナッツのやつ、休憩したふりして働いてたんだ。
言われてみると休憩室でココナッツを見たことがない。
そういえば
休憩するのも仕事のうちだぞ。無理して働いて体調を崩したらどうすんだ。
ごめんなさい。
組んだシフトで店が回るかどうかも私が把握しないといけねえんだ。お前が無理して回してていざって時になかったら店はどうなるんだ。代わりを入れて回るはずのシフトで実は店が回らないって事態になっちまうんだぞ。店のため歌唱のため頑張りたいって気持ちはわかるけどよ。
僕のせいだから。
何？
僕がクリスマスパーティーをまたやりたいなんて言ったから。
そいつはきっかけだろ。いつかは向き合わなきゃいけなかったんだ。
そう思う。
歌唱がこの道を進むのなら避けては通れねえだろ。
大丈夫だよ、ココちゃん。
ショコラ？
ご主人様はきっと美味しいケーキを作ってくれるよ。だってご主人様だもん。ご主人様のお父様にいつかうまいって言わせてみせるって、そう言ってたから大丈夫だよ。
ショコラ、信じてる。
ショコラもご主人様のこと信じてる。もちろんやっぱりご主人様のために何かしたいんだよ。でも無理したらかえって迷惑かけちゃうかもよ。
そうだよね。ごめんなさい。ショコラ、偉い偉い。
ふにゃ？何？バニラ。
ショコバニのくせに一丁前なこと言いやがって。まあ言いたいことは言われちまったからお説教はもういいや。ナッツ、出前に行って冷えただろ。あったかい紅茶でも飲むか？
ありがとうお姉ちゃん。
飲むなら自分で用意しろよ。
入れてくれる流れじゃなかった？
ショコラが入れてあげるね。
ありがとうショコラ。二人の仲まで気遣った？
何のことだ？それにしても歌唱はキッチンから出てこねえな。ちゃんとケーキは作ってるから店は問題ねえけど、あいつこそ休憩を取らねえといけねえんじゃねえか。おめえらのシフトは私が組んでるけど歌唱は言うことを聞かねえからな。
何かできないかな。
お兄ちゃん。
ネコパラ。
Ugh. That's no good. This doesn't help change anything. Why?
カショ？
Huh? I take a breath to regain my composure. Close call. I almost started shouting in front of everyone.
ドキドキ。
Maple, Cinnamon, you guys are still here? I thought that the shop would have been closed by now, but there they are.
レジが合わなかったわ。あずきは細かいこと気にすんなって言ってたけど。
気になって私たちで数え直してたんです。
It's rare that our soul stock doesn't add up with the money in the register. If it's too much of a difference, it could be a problem, but how much didn't add up?
1円。
I can see why she told you not to worry about it. If it's just 1 yen, then it might be just a miscount or might have fallen somewhere without anyone noticing.
あら、よくわかったわね。
レジ台の下に落ちてたんですよ。
Actually, good on you guys for finding it.
めいちゃん、一度やりだすと絶対に最後まで諦めないタイプですから。 床に這いつくばってでも見つけないと帰れないと思いまして。
他の猫たちは帰ったんだし、シナモンも先に帰っていいって言ったでしょうに。
メイちゃん置いては帰れないよ。
Maple, you really don't have to sweat 1 yen.
レジを一番触っているのはカウンターにいる私でしょ。合わないなんて恥だわ。
でも他の子もレジをやることはありますし、メイちゃんの休憩中とか。
わかってるけど、ところでカショウは帰らないの？
I could go home, but everything, including the shop, is basically my home.
明日の朝も早いでしょ。部屋に戻って休んだ方がいいんじゃなくて？
Did you come here because you wanted to say that?
そういうわけではなく、報告のついでよ、ついで。
新作ケーキは順調ですか？
順調だったらこんな時間までこもってないでしょ。
Well, I'm starting to get to a point where even I really can't tell. Want to give it a taste? I present them the test cake I just finished baking.
じゃあいただくわね。
わーい、約束です。
Maple and cinnamon taste test. It's no good, is it? I knew it. I've come to that realization. I realized that piling on these different techniques has just made the flavor go south.
独特な味と言いますか。
迷っていることは伝わってくるわよ。
I'm getting antsy. The more I keep pursuing, the further I feel myself getting from my goal. It's gotten so bad as of late that I'm even second-guessing myself when I bake the cakes I make on a regular basis.
カショウさん。
More importantly, the fact that you guys are cheering me on is actually putting a lot of pressure on me. Lately, I feel the more support I get from you guys, the more pain it causes me. I absolutely hate the feeling that way, but I'm aware of the fact that I've been losing my composure. And I'm afraid that eventually, even though it's all in my head, I won't be able to keep myself in check, and I'll end up pushing you all away from me. I'm so grateful to have you all, but I'm having more moments where I feel like I want to be by myself. Even though I really hate that idea. Sorry, even now, I know in my mind I shouldn't be saying that, and yet... I'm sorry.
カショウさん、かわいそう。
Huh?
だって苦しいから。苦しすぎて、だから言いたくないことも口から出ちゃうって。言いたいことが言えない気持ちもどっちもわかる。悲しいですから。
Cinnamon, I'm sorry.
謝らないでください。カショウさんは悪くないんですよ。カショウさんは泣いていいんです。だって悲しいんですから。
I see. So this is sad. My lack of skill is sad. The disappointment of my hard work is going unrewarded is sad.
私だって泣けてくるわよ。
Maple,
もっと自分には何かできるって思ってた。私はカショウに気持ちを救ってもらったから、だから今度は自分の番だと思って。
so she really has been thinking like that.
それなのに結局何もできなくて、自分が情けなくて泣けてくるわよ。
めいちゃん。
でも泣いてたらどうにかなるわけ？
そりゃでも悲しいもの悲しいよ。
分かってるわよ。悲しいって気持ちは消えないわ。自分への失望も今までやってきたことへの後悔も力不足に対する憤怒も全部受け止めてまだ頑張るしかないでしょ。
それは
I get your point, but
泣いてだって美味しいケーキは作れないもの。
that's a sound argument. That's why it's making my ears recoil, or rather, my heart ache.
今の歌唱に必要なのは心の余裕じゃないかしら。
Huh?
いつもの歌唱なら私の励ましの言葉に笑いながらありがとう頑張るよって返したと思うわ。
ああ、そうですね。いつもの歌唱さんなら。
That may be true, but right now,
だからあんたには心の余裕がなくなっていると
I do agree, but this isn't part of the thing that you can just control on your own. Composure doesn't work like that.
何かストレス発散できることはないでしょうか。息抜きみたいな。
温泉旅行はちょっと前に行ったわね。
I don't have the time for that. Christmas is just a month away.
そうですよね。
何かないかしら。息抜き短時間でできるような。
歌うとか？
いいわね。音楽は癒されるわ。
Yeah, but I'm not like you guys. I can't swing well enough to have it act as a stress reliever.
そうですか。じゃあ美味しいものを食べるとか？
余計に悩んじゃいそうよね。もう寝たら？
それですよ。心が弱っている時は寝るのが一番じゃないでしょうか。
No. Even if I lay down, I would have problems getting to sleep. I realize that I'm exhausted, but my tension is still high after all.
お風呂にゆっくり浸かるとリラックスできますよ。
まあ歌唱だってバカじゃないんだからいろいろ自分で試してるわよね。私たちは歌唱一人じゃ試せないことを考えるべきじゃないかしら。
なるほど。私たちにしかできないことがきっとあるよね。
マッサージなんていいんじゃない？
いいね。
A massage, huh? Well, they do say that the mind and body are connected.
体がほぐされたらきっと心もほぐれてぐっすり寝られますよ。
That's a possibility.
めいちゃんが歌唱さんにマッサージ。ベッドの上でくんずほぐれつマッサージ。ダメ、そんなとこまでもみしだいちゃったな。シナモン潤っちゃう。
That's the kind of massage you're after? It's gotten late, so I'll drop you guys off.
大丈夫よ。まだ電車もあるし。
歌唱さんの方が心配ですから。
I see. Well, take care.
ありがとう。歌唱、今夜はゆっくり休んでね。
おやすみなさいませ、歌唱さん。
私たちがあそこまでサービスしてあげたんだからぐっすり寝ないと承知しないわよ。
Right, thanks. You're right. I do feel like I'll be able to get a good night's sleep.
どうしたの？
Now that my mind is clear, I've got all my ideas in order. I've been racking my brain over this, but I've made up my mind. And it's all thanks to you two, Maple, Cinnamon.
何を決心って。
ドキドキ。
I think that keeping up this trial and error testing on my own isn't the way to go.
じゃあ私たちも考えますので。
それはもっとダメだったでしょ。
Yeah, not that I don't appreciate the sentiment, though.
シュン
私たちは歌唱ほど努力してきてないんだから、ケーキ作りで役に立たないのはしょうがないのよ。
Yeah, you two have done more than enough to help anyway. In fact, because of you two being here for me, I'm able to make my decision.
何をでしょうか。
I want to let you run the shop.
どういうこと？
カシオさんいなくなっちゃうんですか？
Yeah, for a week. No, 3 days at best. Oh, will you let me have that much time?
山ごもりでもするつもりなの？
修行ですか？滝に打たれてひらめくやつですね。
No. The only thing I could come up with is if I sat under a waterfall in the middle of winter is a cold.
まあそうよね。
寒そうですね。
Plus, I don't think isolating myself in the mountains would help me bake any good cakes. No, I mean, I plan on taking a trip to France.
ああ、そういうことね。
フランス？
I want to ask my mentor to teach me again.
なるほどです。
For the past few days, I've been struggling and I've tried everything in the kitchen sink, but in the end, I was never able to figure out what my dad told me. That in itself may be what he meant by me lacking a core to my cooking. But I know one thing, I don't see any change happening at this pace. Of course, I have no idea if my mentor will just readily accept the idea. After all, before I came back to Japan, she told me that she already taught me everything.
歌唱はその師匠の味を理想としてるけど、もしかしたらその味を歌唱のお父様は認めてくれない可能性ってないかしら。
She raised a good point. If my father doesn't recognize the flavor I'm idolizing, then we'll never see eye to eye. No, the whipped cream my dad made before was really close to my mentor's flavor. Dad isn't the type to make something like that and then contradict himself. At the very least, he would never serve anything that he didn't think was the best possible flavor he could make at the moment. Knowing that, there's no way I could just go and present him something that's half-assed in execution.
確かに生真面目な方だもんね。
近い味ですか？
Even if my mentor ends up not teaching me anything, even just a tiny taste of her flavor one more time might...
いいんじゃない？いつだって原点を見つめ直すことは必要よ。少なくとも一人で閉じこもってブツブツ言って心を病んでしまうよりずっといいわ。
私も賛成ですよ、カシオさん。
ところで本当に一人で行くの？ショコラたちを連れて行ったりは？
There's a lot of paperwork needed for cat girls to leave the country. I heard it takes a minimum of a week in order to get approval after submitting a request. And you can't book a flight unless they've given you permission.
いろいろ大変ですね。フランス行ってみたかったんですけど。
仕方ないわね。店番も必要だし、何より歌唱だって遊びに行くわけじゃないわ。
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't want the shop to close up in the meantime. I was closed the entire time during that hot spring trip and all. If we keep temporarily closing up the shop, then it's bound to dissuade customers from coming.
そりゃそうよね。
お店に行ってみてお休みだとがっかりしちゃいますからね。
いいわ。歌唱がいない間は私が責任を持ってお店を回してあげる。
わあ、めいちゃん頼もしい。
まあケーキを作るのはあずきに任せるけど。
I'll make sure everything is in order then. It depends on the type of job, but knowing Azuki and Vanilla, I'm confident that I can entrust tasks with them to a certain extent.
歌唱がいないとメニューは半分以下になるし、他のお客さんのクリスマスケーキの準備もあるわ。ちゃんと3日間で帰ってきてよね。
Yeah, I promise. 3 days, huh? If you factor time in transit, I can only be in France for a little under 2 days. I'll get a grasp on what I need and come back. But if I can't do that, then I... The air is different. France in winter, Paris is much colder on average than Japan. Today is a rare sunny day, but the sky is usually populated by thick clouds around this time of year. Last night I got everything ready for my trip after work and left Japan on the same day. I landed in Charles de Gaulle Airport in the morning. I took a bus ride and reached Paris around sunrise. I took a nap on the plane, but my body still feels heavy. Now then, what to do first? I got in contact with my mentor before coming to France. She listened and granted my request. I can be under her tutelage once more. I need to take care of this feeling of being lost. It's way too early to be visiting mentor right now, though. Work at Patissier starts way before the establishment opens, but pre-opening is usually the busiest part of the day. No matter what plans we have or how friendly we are, visiting this early would just cause issues. Not the sort of thing a person asking for a tutelage should do. I need to wait until it's time to open shop. Well, I'm already here in France. Might as well have a croissant or crepe for old time's sake. I passed by a pair of girls, one black hair, the other white. Huh? Chocolat and vanilla? When I turn around, I see that the girls share the same height, but looking from the back, they're a completely different pair. Yeah, of course not. Cat girls can't easily travel overseas. I've got them staying behind this time around, holding down the fort. But I remember what happened before I headed out.
嫌です。一緒に行きたいです。ご主人様。
そうはいかねえんだから、しょうがねえだろ、ショコラ。
ショコラ、歌手を困らせないの。
Sorry, I'm counting on you to look after things.
ご主人、私は待ってる。お土産、高級品じゃなくても大丈夫。
Sure. I'll shoot for something else then. Even though I don't have the free time to be taking in the sights.
たった3日間だろ。早く行って、早く帰ってこいよな。4日目は週末だかんな。歌唱がいねえと、店がどうなっても死んねえからな。
Yeah, count on me being here.
パリジェンヌに浮気なんかしちゃダメだからね。
I wouldn't do anything like that.
6匹の恋猫がいる人がいてもね。
I mean...
カシオさんを困らせちゃダメですよ、メイちゃん。カシオさんのケーキがもっと美味しくなるなんて、私は楽しみです。
I'm going to aim to please.
お兄ちゃん、頑張って。僕ずっと応援してるから。
Yeah, I appreciate that.
ご主人様。
I'm going now, Chocolat.
はい、ショコラは待ってますから。いってらっしゃいませ、ご主人様。
Yeah, I definitely need to come home with results. I thought I saw something for a second. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks. Hey, I haven't been in France even half a day yet and I'm already homesick. I know my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. I sling my overnight bag over my shoulder and chase after that person. Shigiri? Wait, or is it someone who looks just like her? Shigiri wears kimonos, not dresses. Must be someone different. Yeah, as if. Not even I would mistake someone else for my little sister. What are you doing here, Shigiri?
見つかってしまいましたか、兄様。現地の人たちに完璧に溶け込んだつもりだったのですが。
Well, even in Paris, you don't really see people running around in such an aristocratic-looking dress. Paris is full of stone-paved roads, and you're often climbing stairs, so wearing high heels is risky. Even the majority of ladies wear sneakers or leather shoes. Also, most girls wear slim jeans, so girls in skirts are rare. Their clothes are usually black or white. Mostly anyone wearing beige or patterned outerwear is a tourist.
残念です。完璧だと思ったのですが。
Well, your outfit looks nice on you, so it's fine, right?
似合ってる？似合ってますか、兄様？
Yeah, you're always in kimonos, so I guess you could say it's a breath of fresh air.
パリまで来て大正解です。私の人生に一片の悔いもありません。たとえ地中海の木図となろうとも。
You're exaggerating way too much. Actually, what are you doing here anyway?
それはもちろん兄様への愛ゆえに。
I had to figure things out in a few days I have. You understand that, right?
はい、もちろんです。私はそのお手伝いをするためにやってまいりました。決してお邪魔はいたしません。
The fact that we're talking right now is already so far removed from my initial plans, though. Then again, maybe the reason I'm feeling this way is because my mental composure is wearing thin. Shigiri felt worried enough about me to come all the way to France, even though she has her own life to lead. Nonetheless, I'm not even mature enough to be forthright and give her my thanks. I won't turn you away, but this isn't a pleasure trip. I don't think that I'll be able to do anything for you here. You're fine in spite of that, right?
望むところです。私は兄様に目的に集中してほしいのです。ですから雑務はすべてお任せください。
I see.
ところで兄様、もう師匠様のお店へ向かわれるのですか？
No, it's still too early. I'm thinking of grabbing breakfast at a bakery.
おいしい。何ですかこれは？クロワッサンですよね。
Yep, this shop really has the best croissants around.
なんて香りの豊かなクロワッサンでしょうか。この甘さはバターですか？
Quality butter is sweet. It's got a flavor that's different from sugar.
さすが兄様です。こんな素敵な朝食をいただけるなんて。
This is a bakery that anyone who's lived here long enough would know. It's so famous that it's even in guidebooks. If you still got room, let's hit up this crepe place next. They're not quite like Japanese crepes.
はい、ぜひ。
As we're about to leave the shop, the employee starts a conversation in French.
可愛らしい奥さんですね。新婚旅行ですか？
Huh? Oh no! My current situation is too weird and complicated to explain all the details.
新婚旅行？兄様の奥さん？この私が？ダメ。鼻血が出そう。
Huh? Wait a second, Shigiri. You understand French?
もちろんです。言葉もわからずに兄様をお手伝いできるはずがありませんから。こんなこともあろうかと全力で勉強しておきました。
You figured this might happen? Guess I can't say it's an unlikely scenario, huh? France is where I got my start in Western sweets, and my mentor runs a Western confectionery shop in Paris. It's actually more unusual to think that I would never travel to France ever again.
それに留学していた頃は兄様がずっと戻ってこない可能性もありましたから。
Ah, I see now. By going down the path of a Western sweets maker, my relationship with my dad soured. Even when my study abroad was over, there was still a big possibility that I would stay in Paris. Well, by that time, I made up my mind to open up my shop in Japan.
何か理由があるのでしょうか？
Well, I didn't want people to think I ran away from Dad. I had my pride. Also, my mentor told me to. She said that I should still talk it out with my dad and return to Japan.
師匠様が。
Nowadays, I think that was really important in bringing my mentor's distinct flavor over to the town I was born and raised in. I feel like it was worth all doing. I'm happy that I've made my customers happy.
はい。
Now then, it's about time we get going. Got room for crepes?
もちろんです、兄様。
Be careful, Shigiri. Paris is a dangerous city.
はい。
If you don't keep your guard, If you don't keep up your guard, you'll end up gaining weight before you know it. There's a whole lot of tasty things to be had here.
ネコパラ。
Nope. Nearly lunchtime. After waiting for normal business hours, I find myself in front of the shop. I know I've made plans, but I'm still getting nervous.
素敵です。ここが本家ラスソレイユなのですね、兄様。
Yep, sure is.
兄様から何度か話だけは伺っていましたが、とうとう訪れることができました。私にとっては聖地、まさに聖地巡礼の気分です。
Does it? Where I studied abroad is close to here, so it's got a lot of nostalgia for me. Kind of like I'm back for the first time in a while.
兄様の留学先、この近くなのですね。
Yeah, a few minutes down this street, in fact.
だとすると、本家ラスソレイユのお客さんは学生さんが多いのですか？
They have their fair share of students, but I'd say housewives are the biggest group of customers. A lot of mothers come with their kids, too. There are a bunch of people who think that eating cakes is reserved for special days in Japan, but here in France, it's extremely common to eat a cake at dinner time. Even when it comes to normal families, dinner usually goes salad, soup, bread, seafood, meat, cheese, dessert. How many dishes they produce depends on the family, though.
毎日がフランス料理ですね。
So yeah, it's not that rare to see most people eating a cake almost every day.
ふむふむ。なるほど。なんだか不思議な感じがします。ご家庭でコース料理だなんて。
Well, I mean, even for general home cooking in Japan, from other countries' perspective, it looks like a Japanese version of a full course meal. Tea, white rice, miso soup, entrees, meat, and fish. There's not much difference between the amount of dishes they use.
言われてみれば、
Those are the facts.
慣れてしまうと普通のことでも、異文化の方には驚かれる場合があるのですね。
Yeah, it goes both ways. Alright, think that's enough chit-chat for now. I checked the time once more. The shop should be open around now. I don't see the sandwich board, the one she used to put out when I was around, in front of the shop yet, though.
兄様、いざ参りましょう。
Alright.
あら？ちょっと待ってください、兄様。
Shigiri stops me from going in. What's the matter?
お店から誰か出てきますよ。
Oh. Could it be Mentor? However, the person who comes out is a small-framed girl. She's wearing an adorable pinafore dress. It's my mentor, then... If it's my mentor's, then her taste in clothes has taken a shocking turn. But I know that's not the case here. Did she hire someone because I went back to Japan? She was short-staffed even back then, after all. Compared to the Japanese La Soleil, there's little seating inside. I figured that's how she was able to manage it. I always thought that it was a lot for my mentor to do on her own, though.
まずは彼女に話しかけてみた方が良さそうですね。
Yeah, true. Alright.
セーブする？
Why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Nekopara Volume 4 on PC. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.
タイトル画面に戻りたいのね。ネコパラボリューム4、猫とパティシエのノエル。